Escalating tensions between Israel and Iran are raising global concerns about the potential for broader instability in the Middle East. Military operations, diplomatic threats, and heightened rhetoric have created a volatile situation that could have international consequences. In recent days, Israel launched a targeted airstrike against Iranian military infrastructure in response to what it described as imminent threats from Tehran. Iranian officials condemned the action and vowed retaliation, intensifying fears of a direct and prolonged confrontation between the two regional powers. While both nations have historically engaged in indirect conflict, often through proxy forces in Syria, Lebanon, and Gaza, recent developments point to a potential shift toward open warfare. Analysts warn that any miscalculation could trigger a chain reaction across the region, involving U.S. allies and rival groups aligned with Iran. Diplomatic efforts are ongoing, but the situation remains fragile. The United Nations has called for immediate de-escalation, and several European countries have urged restraint on both sides. However, public statements from Israeli and Iranian leaders suggest that military preparedness is increasing, not declining. Iran has mobilized portions of its air defense system and placed its Revolutionary Guard on high alert. Israel, meanwhile, has reinforced its northern border and continues aerial surveillance operations across the region. Cyber attacks have also been reported, although no country has officially claimed responsibility. In global markets, oil prices have surged amid fears of supply disruption, while diplomatic officials from Washington to Brussels are closely monitoring developments. Some security experts caution that if the conflict intensifies, it could threaten key shipping routes, energy infrastructure, and the broader geopolitical balance in the region. The U.S. government has reiterated its support for Israel's right to self-defense, while also encouraging both nations to avoid further escalation. Defense officials in Washington have reportedly increased readiness in the region, although no new deployments have been confirmed. With both nations entrenched in deep-rooted animosity and recent events pointing to a possible flashpoint, the world watches closely. The outcome of this conflict could reshape power dynamics in the Middle East and possibly beyond. Justin Bieber confronts paparazzi in Malibu after being followed. Singer Justin Bieber was once again surrounded by paparazzi in Malibu this week, reigniting tensions over media intrusion into his private life. The artist, now 31, was seen visibly frustrated after being followed while trying to enjoy a quiet moment outside with friends. Video footage circulating online shows Bieber asking photographers to stop pursuing him. In a firm but controlled tone, he reminded them of his personal boundaries, stating, "I'm a father, I'm a husband. Respect that." The moments spark a wave of reactions from fans and media outlets, highlighting the ongoing debate over celebrity privacy in public spaces. Bieber, who has long spoken out against aggressive paparazzi behavior, has previously taken legal steps to protect his personal life. His most recent interaction comes months after he and wife Hailey Bieber announced they were expecting their first child, a detail that has only intensified public and media interest in their daily routines. Witnesses say the singer remained composed but firm, choosing to walk away from the scene after making his point clear. Some fans present at the location voiced their support, criticizing the photographer's persistence. The incident adds to a long history of celebrity paparazzi confrontations in Los Angeles, where legal limits exist but are often difficult to enforce in real time. Public figures in California are legally protected against harassment, but enforcement depends on context and intent. This latest event is prompting renewed calls from public figures for clearer boundaries and respect when it comes to photographing celebrities, especially those with families. For Bieber, whose career has spanned more than a decade under intense media scrutiny, the challenge of maintaining privacy continues, even in seemingly routine moments. Inter Miami fails to score in Club World Cup opener against Al Ahly. Inter Miami kicked off its FIFA Club World Cup campaign with a disappointing result, drawing 0-0 against Egyptian powerhouse Al Ahly in their opening match. The highly anticipated game, held on Saturday, drew attention largely due to the presence of global star Lionel Messi, but the match ended without a single goal from either side. Despite the offensive potential on the field, including Messi and fellow stars Luis Suarez and Sergio Busquets, Inter Miami struggled to break through a well-organized Al Ahly defense. The Egyptian team maintained composure throughout the match and effectively contained Miami's attacks, frustrating the Herons' forward line and limiting their chances on goal. Messi, who was closely marked for most of the game, found few opportunities to make a significant impact. Inter Miami's midfield lacked creativity and struggled to connect plays in the final third, leading to a performance that left fans wanting more. Al Ahly, meanwhile, threatened with a few dangerous counterattacks but ultimately couldn't capitalize either. This result puts pressure on Inter Miami heading into their next match in the group stage, where they will likely need a win to stay in contention for advancement in the tournament. The Club World Cup format, featuring champions from various continental tournaments and selected clubs like Inter Miami, demands strong early performances due to its short structure. Al Ahly, one of Africa's most successful clubs, demonstrated once again why they're consistently competitive at the international level. Their discipline, experience, and tactical setup were key in neutralizing Miami's high-profile squad. For Inter Miami, the draw serves as a wake-up call. Despite boasting some of the biggest names in modern football, execution on the field remains a challenge. The team will now regroup and prepare for their next opponent, knowing that their Club World Cup ambitions are already under threat after just one match. More updates are expected as the tournament progresses and Inter Miami seeks to prove its strength on the world stage. Sydney Sweeney researched real-life addiction cases for new film role. Actress Sydney Sweeney revealed that she studied real-life addiction cases to prepare for her latest role as a young woman battling substance abuse. The actress, known for her performances in Euphoria and The White Lotus, stars in the upcoming film Reality Check, which explores the emotional and physical toll of addiction. In an interview, Sweeney explained that she immersed herself in documentary footage and real testimonies of young people struggling with drug dependency. Her goal was to portray the character with authenticity and sensitivity, capturing the nuances of addiction beyond the surface level. She emphasized the importance of understanding the psychological trauma and social circumstances that often surround such stories. According to the actress, the role was one of the most emotionally demanding of her career. The film follows her character's descent into addiction, the impact on her relationships, and the complex path toward recovery. To deliver a convincing performance, Sweeney said she avoided glamorizing the subject, focusing instead on the raw and painful realities faced by those in similar situations. The film's production team also collaborated with mental health professionals and addiction specialists to ensure an accurate representation of the issue. Sweeney noted that working with these experts helped her understand the depth of emotional conflict her character faces throughout the narrative. Reality Check is expected to spark conversation around the portrayal of addiction in Hollywood and the importance of realistic storytelling in raising awareness about mental health and substance abuse. The release date for the film has not yet been confirmed, but is already generating attention due to Sweeney's intense preparation and commitment to the role.